Alright. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. There's a lot of there's a lot of Genshin stuff in this patch, so yeah, we're just playing catch up right now. We are going to be playing Citlali's story quest, which I guess technically, well, we gotta catch up on the Tribal Chronicles first. I think there's, yeah, there's still Act 1 and Act 2 of the Tribal Chronicle as a whole. Hello, Violetta. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. I feel like I should have a certain team. Obviously, a Malwika team would be good. Actually, I kind of like this team here. Let's maybe replace. Maybe Bennett. Let's just do like a basic team. Bennett. Act 2 is pretty fast. Yeah, that makes sense. If the
Yeah, let's get this over with.
yeah, I think the Tribal Chronicles for things that are like released in the same patch, like Chaska's for example, was split pretty evenly because you're doing the quest like most likely all at once. It makes sense if Citlali's is like short long because she was like a whole patch later, so we didn't get to do part 3 just yet. Let's see. Yeah, so a little bit of a thing that happened last patch. I accidentally started the first act because I was trying to like find the reputation place, and I accidentally started an entire quest with it. So what I'm going to do is go here to the archives, and I know it's going to be a bit of a boring recap because there's no visuals on screen for it. But honestly, I was kind of like speeding through that because I had to just get the Tribal Chronicles sorted out. Oh, did I? No, do I not have that available yet? Oh, I guess not. Okay. Uh, guess we're not recapping that. Yeah, I honestly skimmed the quest. You know, actually, let me try something. Because I genuinely did not, like, I had my headphones off when I played that part of the quest, and so I genuinely have no idea what the context is. I know that there's a giant man, and something else about that. Genshin story quest. Oh, not story quest. Genshin Night Wind Tribal Chronicles. Is there an Act 1? Okay. Here's a... Huh. Where is it? Yeah, I think when I first played the quest, I didn't actually know... I didn't recognize that he was a giant man. Is this it? No, that's not it. Is there no Act 1? Okay. Yeah. I do feel like I need to, like, watch a video on it because I genuinely do not know what happened. Um, for the purposes of obviously showing you guys, let's switch our stuff off of game and go into... Oh yeah, no worries if you can't stay for the VOD or stay for the stream. No worries at all. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna just watch this first so I can recap on this because I don't remember what happened.
Something's hiding behind that statue! Aw, it's a baby Ectomisaur! So cute! Although, why is it staring at us?
Okay, actually, I can skip ahead a little bit because I remember this. I need the lore context on like what happened beforehand or like after this.
Aw, the Ectomisaur from earlier! It's really here! Then, let's go introduce ourselves! Hello there, Okay. Probably doesn't understand what we're saying. Doesn't look like any cogs are turning in there. Whoops! Sorry! No offense intended!
You there! You dare disrespect our elder?
Okay, yeah, so the Ectomisaurs are a lot closer with the people of this tribe because of their like
Oh, you mean...
spiritual
Oh, I
potential.
see. Sorry, my mistake. Apparently you are here by invitation. In which case, it's my job to make you feel welcome. Some introductions are in order. I am Kaholam, one of the priests of our tribe. And this is our Ectomisaur elder, the great Tlapokpokteets a living totem among the masters of the Night Wind.
Whoa, that's quite a tongue twister.
In truth, we usually go with Elder Tlapo for short. You're welcome to do the same. Ah, I assume you're referring to our Elder's special ability. Elder Tlapo has been alive for many centuries and harbors secrets that even we priests are at a loss to explain. So your reaction is entirely natural. But one thing I can say for sure is that Elder Tlapo has appointed the two of you to an extremely important task. For this reason, I would like to ask you to undergo a test.
What sort of task? And what kind of test?
If it's all right with you, I'll take you to see our chief. He's in a much better position to answer your questions.
Okay, sure.
Very well. Then please follow me.
You know, I have a better idea. I have a better idea. I don't want it to take too long. Genshin, Nightwind, Tribal. Chronicle. Surely there's just... Oh yeah, there's just dialogue right here. Okay. Let's just read this. Just... I don't know if I need to read it word for word, per se. Okay. Chief is over there. Please wait a moment while I have a word for him. I'll just be a moment. Alright, I told the chief why we're here, and now you may speak with him, right this way. So, you two are the appointed ones. I am Chief Baram, welcome, and thank you for your patience. Yep. So tall. As outsiders of our tribe, this is probably the first you've heard of such appointments. I'm sure the whole thing seems very confusing. Throughout our history, only members of the Master of the Nightwind have been appointed to undertake these tasks. This is the first time an outsider has ever been chosen. Our tribe has a very old tradition of recording history in the form of woven scrolls, and not just our own history, we record the legends and heroic feats of other tribes as well. It's a tradition we have observed for many centuries. We treat it as a solemn duty. However, when a major event occurs that affects all of Natlan, we record it on a different kind of scroll used for this exact purpose. And these scrolls can only be woven by someone of the Iktomi Elders' choosing. So when they sense a massive change in the ley lines, they will issue a formal declaration to appoint a creator for this scroll. Okay. So we were, for whatever reason, chosen to be the one weaving this scroll. And I don't know why. In the 200 years that Elder Tlapo has held this position, none of the appointed ones have ever experienced scroll weavers. Have ever been experienced scroll weavers. Each claimed it was not of their own work, but a gift from the spirits. Notion that we have to rely... Okay. So that troubles him, because the notion that we have to rely on esoteric things like gifts from the spirits to record historical events of such great importance, it is unsettling. You can probably see Masters of the Nightwind as people shrouded in mystery who pride ourselves on our arcane practices. Hi Azzy, welcome to the stream. We're just recapping part of Act 1 that I skimmed through in my accidentally started the quest. And then we'll catch up in game once I get to the certain point that I reached. So we're trying to figure out who the gift of the spirits is. By the time the next scroll weaver is appointed, my time as chief will be long gone. I will not be in a position to investigate as thoroughly. Okay. Out simply means of validating my current hypothesis. It shouldn't take you long, nor will it put you in any danger. I can explain in detail when I get to the site of the test, but first, please wait a moment while I change out of my soul shielding cloak. Where am I on this quest, by the way? Just so I can, like... Okay, once I get to accept the test... Once I get to that point, I should be... Good, okay. Do you see the scroll? If you touch it, you will enter hidden space. Today's test is quite simply to find a way to escape that space. I assure you, it's not as easy as it sounds. If you cannot find your way out, I will of course intervene to bring you back here. Okay. I think I get it. So... Okay, so we're trying to figure out who who made the scrolls, because no one knows how it actually happened. I think that's what I'm getting from this, and I hope that's all the context I need.
Full throttle!
Because yeah, I don't want to rush. I don't want to like take too long on just recapping this.
All right. Let's ride.
And the test is underground. Okay. I managed to get her and her weapon and Citlali. Oh, congratulations on your pulls. 4 million damage with it. Wow. I don't think I've even reached 500k with her burst.
You may begin whenever you're ready.
Enter the testing grounds. Oh, pretty.
Whoa, we really did get teleported.
But where's the way out?
It seems like this place is completely sealed off. Doesn't look like there's an exit anywhere. Let's take a look around and see what we can find.
This scroll has purposely been hung in the very middle of the ceiling. Whatever it means, it must be significant. Large pile of woven scrolls. A thick layer of dust indicates that they've been here a long time. Oh, I see. C2, Shilonen. Oh, and if she has scroll, then your Mawika probably has, what is it? Your Mawika has Obsidian Codex, so you probably have a better crit ratio than I do. Because I'm running Mawika on scroll. There's some sort of a machine here, probably used for weaving.
There are so many woven scrolls here. Paimon remembers seeing some of them before in other tribes. They seem to record historical events. This one really stands out from the rest. For starters, it's the biggest of them all. Wonder what story it tells.
Colors are very distinctive too.
Yeah, you're right. Over there, something just flashed. Traveler, did you catch that?
Maybe that's how we get out. By seeing things we couldn't see before.
Oh, right. Paimon's with you.
You told me so are tribes capable of spirit speaking. Have the ability to activate a unique form of elemental sight, which makes them keenly aware of things that are otherwise not so easily detected. Okay. Oh, there's the thing. I was wondering where the Ectomisaur thing was.
Aha! There is something hiding here! Yep, this looks like our ticket out of this place. Whew, we finally made it out.
It is just as I thought. You are indeed capable of undertaking this mission.
Does this prove your theory?
Yes. You saw many distinctive-looking scrolls there, didn't you?
Sure did.
This specific kind of scroll was left to us by our ancestors. Upon investigation, I discovered what sets it apart is the use of a color not featured in ordinary scrolls. It is a most mysterious color that most people cannot even detect. I myself had to employ special techniques to confirm its existence.
Mysterious color that people cannot detect.
Yet there are those who are born with a natural ability to perceive it. And that is why I wanted to test you.
So what, like a fourth... Like how animals have like a fourth light cone that can perceive different colors?
You mean...
That space you just entered was an exhibition room for storing this variety of woven scrolls. Centuries ago, a great shaman by the name of Huitzilin put in place a security measure so that anyone who entered the room without permission will become trapped inside. It exists to this day. And although I have not managed to decipher how it works, I have at least found out how to turn it on and off. Once someone is trapped inside, It is all but impossible for them to escape without outside help. Unless they share the great shaman's ability to perceive that strange color.
I did see a certain color in there. We did.
Clearly, you must have this ability, which leads me to believe that our Ictomisaur Elder can sense this ability in people, and that it appoints a scroll weaver on this basis.
Another secret power? Traveler, you are full of mysteries. Still, having this ability doesn't change the fact that neither of us know where to start with weaving a scroll.
Don't worry about that. The method for weaving this kind of scroll appears to be largely the same as for an ordinary scroll. The main difference is in the dye that gives it its unique color.
Oh, it was the shining thing. Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, this dye is the key to weaving the scroll, and your special ability is the key to obtaining it. The dyeing process is also a little different from the norm, but I don't anticipate any major issues there. As long as you two can source the dye itself, I can assist with the application.
Cool, we'll follow your lead.
Great! Then please use your abilities to source the necessary ingredients. And in the meantime, I will have someone prepare some fabric for test dyeing. We'll make a few sample pieces to test out my hypothesis. And if that goes well, we can begin the scroll in earnest. If you agree to help, you can expect to be handsomely rewarded once this is all over. So, what are your thoughts?
I think with this ability to help comes with the responsibility to do so.
Agreed, especially if there's a reward in it. What is the reward, by the way? Is it food? Paimon hopes it's food.
Given the stakes involved for our tribe, I was thinking a substantial sum of mora would be appropriate. Surely that would be preferable to just a free meal.
More works too. Anyway, how do we go about finding these ingredients? Are we supposed to just keep walking around Natlan until we stumble across them?
Thankfully not. I've already identified a location where I suspect they may be found. And I've arranged for someone to guide you there. Your guide is waiting just outside. You can set off at your leisure.
Alright, great stream everyone. Nice to see you all. See you next time. You know, might have been, honestly, maybe doing this quest would have been good in my 5.3 playthrough, because I genuinely did not know that you have to use Elemental Sight. I thought that you had to use, oh, I got this, oh, got the wings. Hold on a second. Ooh. This matches the color scheme very well.
Try and stop me! All right.
I take it you're the ones appointed by Elder Talapo?
Yep, and you are...
Call me Toltec. The chief asked me to be your guide for the day. His messengers already filled me in on the situation, so just follow me.
I'm actually really excited about like the themes of this quest, because I always liked... I'm not like an expert on the topic, but I've always loved color theory and like light color theory. It's always been like, I remember like specifically like the idea of there being like a fourth, like people who have like, or not people, animals who have like multiple like light cones in their eyes, or multiple variants of light cones outside of the red, green, blue cones, and they can see like a fourth primary color, which also entails being able to see like a whole spectrum a fourth dimensional spectrum of colors that are just completely imperceivable to us. So I wonder if I'll be able to recognize some of those, like, some of those terms.
So the die is somewhere in this cave, huh?
This is as far as I can take you. Only the appointed ones may proceed from here.
Why's that?
Kind of a long story. Apparently, there's a certain fruit that grows in this cave, the juice of which can be processed to make an excellent dye. Many years ago, our ancestors set out to make a series of ambitious works of graffiti art. They selected this cave to make them in, presumably due to the availability of the dye. However, they didn't want anyone to see their work before it was completed, and so they sealed off the entrance to control access. To bypass the seal, you have to have mastered the art of color perception, or something like that.
Oh, right.
The strange thing is, our ancestors never removed the seal even after they finished the graffiti art. Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great shaman, Citlali, and that was 300 years ago.
Did he say 300 or 200?
Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great shaman, Citlali, and that was 300 years ago.
Okay, I don't know which one is true. I guess we'll figure out which one is correct when we play the story some more.
According to her, the artwork tells the story of a hero by the name of Kuntur. But I digress. Sorry, I'm a big fan of graffiti artwork. Once I get talking, I can go on for hours.
So you're sure you don't want to come with us?
I'll pass. I tried to get in once, but the seal blocked my way. I tried getting my Iktomi to clear it with its powers, but even that didn't work. I guess it's supposed to be a test left there by our ancestors. If you don't pass the test, you're not worthy of viewing their works of art.
Aww.
Don't worry about me, though. I wouldn't be joining you this time even if I was able to get in. Unlike our chief, I don't have the guts to challenge our traditions. This task is specifically appointed to someone by the Iktomi Elder. Who knows what bad things might happen if I got involved?
Fair enough. All right, we'll try not to take too long.
Let me try switching to, like, Auroron or something. Or that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Want me to join?
Who needs bandit buffs, right? Chess.
You can always tell which ones are ripe for the picking by the sound.
Looks like there's no way past. Maybe try the same thing as before? Hey, it worked! Let's head in and take a look. This should be the place. That fruit Toltec mentioned should be the one on the wall, right? Now, the only question is, which ones do we pick?
This is probably where my special ability the chief mentioned comes in.
Well, go ahead, try it out! You saw something, right? Whatever it was, grab it!
Die samples. Less than legible notes. Creating murals in places where paint is produced is indeed a good idea. When we repair them, we can just grab the relevant material on the spot and fill the missing paints in. The story couldn't possibly end just as the 3 tribal warriors were defeated by Rumi, the wicked sorcerer. Could the mural in which Kunter appears be somewhere else? I can't find the path. Has it been buried, or is there some sort of mechanism at play here? Okay. Extract. I wonder if I'm doing this right. Okay. Oh, I think I see. Nice. I see. Okay. Let's take this blue. And it should be this one. Alright. Next we will take... Oh. What did I do?
These guys' ancestors made some real works of art here. But based on what we've seen so far, it seems like there should be more to the story.
Oh, I was supposed to do that first. Oops.
Do you think maybe there's more artwork further inside? Seems kinda strange.
We can go take a look if you want.
Oh, no need. Paimon was just thinking aloud. Toltek's waiting for us, and we have a job to do. So maybe it's best if we head out now. Let's head back and meet up with Toltek.
What? Are we not doing the puzzle? Or is the puzzle not part of the story? Hold on, I'm doing this puzzle because I know I get what's happening right now. This should be here. Okay. Well, hopefully I can bring this out here. There we go.
Your passion for treasure hunting is turning these chests into an endangered species.
Wrath from the skies!
Is this? The tribal warriors under the wicked witches that was so fast.
and easy.
I knew you couldn't resist!
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa. Letting brave names echo.
Go! You're free now!
Burn it
The
down!
wind blows!
Farewell!
Light it up!
Oh. Okay. I know I'm doing like a completely different puzzle right now, but I might as well just do this. Blue goes here, red goes here, and then blue and yellow mix green go here. The path downward has opened. I feel like I've just unlocked a completely different story.
I'm keeping a lookout. Don't worry, there's no ambush.
Let's ride! Rev the engines!
Pretty. We love getting sidetracked in the story quests. It appears a special-looking Monitou that was born with the wall painting, illuminating images of the hero Kuntur and pursuing the wicked witch Rumi. Oh, that's cool. That's such a cool mechanic. I love this. Transforms into a... Wow. What? What do you mean challenge failed? And now we're playing Flappy Bird.
Sometimes the shrouded path is not meant to be walked. Move forward with blind ambition, and the smoke might suffocate you.
Sanctuaries.
Your passion for treasure hunting is turning these chests into an endangered species.
Did... Oh. Oh, I got a book. You know, maybe, just maybe, this is important for us because then...
Let's ride.
Then we can... We can, like, maybe have context.
We're back, and we found the ingredients for the dye!
Sounds like you made it through the seal then. Our Iktomisaur Elder was right about you. It's getting late. Follow me. I'll take us back.
This is not the right area.
Toltec has updated me on your progress. Well done. I appreciate your efforts.
Sure thing! Here's the stuff for the dye.
I see. Yes. This is certainly a very different substance from typical dyes. Okay, now let's try our hand at making some samples. The fabric is ready for testing.
Got it!
Please come with me.
All right.
Take a look at this. It's a woven scroll made by one of our ancestors. This is the kind of thing we're trying to make.
Ooh!
The person depicted is the legendary shaman, Citlali. She lived 200 years ago and was once appointed by the Iktomisaur Elder, like yourselves. She was especially skilled in the art of color manipulation, and of course completed her task with flying colors. This scroll is a record of her deeds, and was most likely the work of her own hand. The quality is simply breathtaking, even compared to other scrolls of this variety. Sadly, since she passed away, all of our Iktomisaur Elder's subsequent appointees have had to rely on the gift from the spirits to complete their work.
But now you're about to revive an older tradition.
That's a good way of putting it. My only quibble with your phrasing would be, it's not just me, but us.
Now Paimon's getting excited.
Bring out the samples. Now, as I mentioned, the dyeing process is a little complicated, but I am confident you will manage. Just make sure to follow my instructions carefully. The pattern has already been sketched out on the sample, so you just need to dye each block with the correct color. But you'll need to wait for the dye to fully soak in between each step to make sure the colors don't run.
Dye the fabric as instructed. Oh, well, we don't get to play a minigame with it? I want to do a minigame.
Ha ha ha! Good! The dye is taken to the fabric, and the pattern is crisp and clear. Next, apply all the remaining dye and we should see that elusive signature color emerge.
Okay, final step.
Apply the remaining dye.
Did it work? Paimon doesn't see it.
Oh, that color isn't showing up. Oh, the dyeing has failed.
Did I mess up somehow?
No, your technique was flawless. You did everything exactly as instructed. It would have made no difference if I'd done it myself.
Then what went wrong?
It could be the weaving technique, or maybe the dye has to be applied in a different way. Oh, whatever the case. It looks like I have failed to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Sorry, Paimon wishes we could do more to help.
I am the one who should be apologizing. I made you do so much work, and it was for nothing. I will, of course, honor my commitment to compensate you for your trouble, but I do hope you won't give up on this task. I plan to keep investigating, and will be sure to keep you updated with any progress.
Don't worry, we're not quitters. Paimon does have a question, though. This whole process of recording history on woven scrolls seems so complicated. Why don't you just write it down instead? You said yourself you're all about change and reform. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to start, don't you think? Writing things down would be easier for everyone, and your records would be more detailed.
I think you've perhaps misunderstood my philosophy, but that's okay. I can answer your question, but there's somewhere I need to show you first.
Oh, sure.
Cool. Look at this view. What do you think?
It's gorgeous!
Now, try looking a little further.
Whoa, that graffiti!
In all the years since the founding of our tribe, those colors have been with us every step of the way. It is true that I seek to bring new life to this ancient tribe through change and reform. But I also understand there are certain foundational things that we cannot afford to throw away. The foremost of these is the way we record our history.
Oh, that makes sense.
Since the very beginnings, our tribe has always sought to bring color to history. And I have a deep sense that this is one part of our heritage that we should not give up. So, whatever it takes, I must find a way for us to continue producing our traditional woven scrolls.
You're completely right. Paimon's sorry for what she said earlier. It was out of line.
It's quite all right. I'm just grateful you're able to understand where I'm coming from. Then let us hope that when we next meet, we succeed in reviving this tradition.
Alright, and now we are officially in Citlali's quest. Oh, that's a cute picture. That's a cute picture. Wait, what does it say? The truth of the battle of 7 colors.
Time to go.
Huh? What are the Fatui doing here? That's a little concerning. Let's go over there and see what they're up to.
I thought we were, like, friends with the Fatui.
Also, how did they get this close to a tribal settlement?
Well, considering what the captain did for Natlan, maybe they've been given a bit more leeway. Does anyone know if this act was playable before the Archon quest, or if we had to do the Archon quest first before we did this whole thing?
Huh. All the Fatui left in Natlan are probably the captain's subordinates. That basically makes them followers of one of Natlan's heroes. Still, once a Fatus, always a Fatus. Something seems off seeing them here. Let's go check it out.
Okay, we need to... I get it.
Ahem! What are you guys doing here?
Following orders. If you have a problem, take it up with our employer.
Who's the employer?
Hey, what's with the attitude? Can the Fatui even work for a private employer?
This is Grudok. I hired him to be my bodyguard in Natlan. As you can see, he's not the sociable type. I'm sorry for any offense.
The last time we had Fontaine people in Natlan, they were poaching Kukasaurs. I'm a little, forgive me for associating negative stereotypes, but I don't trust the French right now.
My original plan was to hire someone from the local tribes, but a priest recommended Grudok and his squad.
I mean, hopefully these guys aren't bad.
I was told they were capable fighters and had the time to spare, so they fit the bill. It seems like the Fatui's reputation in Natlan is quite positive.
So that's what happened. Then you must be from Fontaine?
Precisely! Montluçon, at your service. I work in the publication business. And you two... Wait, you must be the Traveler and his fairy companion.
Oh, you know us?
Oh. I kind of thought Paimon was gonna be, like, defensive about it.
A golden-haired traveler with a floating companion. There's no mistake. Your exploits in Fontaine have all the makings of a best-selling series. I'd be a failure of a book merchant if I couldn't recognize you.
Wow, we're really famous at this point, Traveler.
Oh, I take back what I said about the Fontainians. These guys are chill.
It's truly my lucky day. I know this is sudden, but I was actually looking for you two. You see, I have a favor to ask.
Did this guy voice any like characters in the past? I feel like I've heard this voice before. Or maybe it's just like the accent I'm hearing, but it sounds so familiar.
So, you chased us all the way to Natlan? That's a little creepy.
You'll be generously rewarded, I promise you.
Well, at least he got straight to the point. Should we hear what he has to say? All right, we'll hear your request.
You know the great shaman Citlali, right? I need her help with something.
Yeah, but the chances of her helping a random stranger just because we asked?
With her personality, pretty slim.
Yeah, Citlali really doesn't like dealing with strangers.
I heard about that from other members of her tribe. But they told me if one person could convince her, it would be the golden-haired traveler. If you manage it, I'll even double your pay.
Why do you need her help?
Oh yeah, we should definitely get to the bottom of that first.
It's kind of a long story, and there's tribal history involved, so you should hear it from an expert. Alia, if you could.
Of course. I don't often have an eager audience for this kind of thing. Nice to meet you. The name's Alie. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute.
He sounds like Caleb Yen. He really sounds... He sounds like the voice actor for Gaming. Or Kalis from HSR, but in like a slightly more chill, very much less chaotic tone.
Unlike most researchers, I have a keen interest in ancient ruins. That's why I was invited to join Monsieur Montluçon's team. Have you heard of the legend of the great shaman Citlali?
Yes, we have.
Yes. According to local records, she was a color mystic who lived over 200 years ago, and the most adept in her tribe at using that particular technique. Out of all of her exploits, her most celebrated is the Battle of Seven Colors. According to legend, the battle was triggered by an abyss invasion, one of the most brutal in Natlan's history, even from a greater historical perspective. Amazingly, Natlan was able to turn the tide despite being at an extreme disadvantage. The key to victory was none other than a color Citlali created on the battlefield. The color was extraordinary, illusory in appearance while also seeming to possess physical form. Legend has it that Citlali used the color to construct a magnificent maze on the battlefield and trap all the enemies inside. This allowed her allies to launch a counterattack and ultimately secure victory.
Anyway, that's the gist of it. We don't want to take up too much of your time. That story is the reason I came to Natlan. I often publish books about the history of other nations. They always end up faring well on the market. When I heard this story for the first time, I wanted to include it in my next collection, but historical records about Natlan aren't very detailed. We haven't been able to determine where the battle took place, or find any definitive evidence that it occurred at all. Even within the Masters of the Nightwind, people dispute the legitimacy of the story. Some believe it to be a myth. If that were the case, the story would not be fit for publication.
But if you're just including it in a story collection, why does it matter if it never happened?
Well, you see, the slogan for the collection is Restoring the Truth of History. Naturally, I needed to be factual.
It's bugging me. This voice. I know he's voiced another NPC recently. He's been in another... The voice actor has been in another quest. But I don't know where he's... Like, I don't know which part he's been in.
That's why I'm here. The Masters of the Nightwind are said to have a tradition of recording past events, so I wanted to consult their records. But I was refused access to the Obsidian Altar. Application after application, and all I received were a few ordinary woven scrolls with nothing to offer. Honestly, I'm just trying to promote their history, and they make such a fuss.
According to my research, their scrolls are considered sacred relics in addition to historical records. Naturally, outsiders are rarely granted access. Not to mention, the scrolls we did get to review actually contain a huge amount of information. I just need more time, and I could...
We've been over this, Alier. There's no need to waste time on those scrolls when we have a better way.
Citlali, you mean?
Exactly. You're well aware, I'm sure, that Citlali has been alive for more than 200 years. That means she lived during the era of the Battle of Seven Colors. If she agrees to be my consultant, then no other historical records are necessary.
Oh, that's what you want.
So, what do you say? I'll quadruple the pay if it helps sweeten the deal.
Well, it's not that we don't want to help you.
We should actually ask her... We actually should go ask her.
Oh, right! The duty the chief gave us has a lot to do with Citlali. Who knows? The Battle of Seven Colors might lead us in the right direction. Alright, we'll help you convince Citlali. Just let us do the talking, okay?
Of course.
Welcome back, Long. Just in time, we finished Act 1 and Act 2, so now we can... Now we can do Act 3. Why does Citlali live so far away? I thought she lived in the tribe.
All right.
Let's ride!
So, this is where the great shaman lives? A bit far from civilization, isn't it? I hope the person who pointed us in this direction wasn't mistaken.
For someone like Citlali, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Is this graffiti her work too? I wonder if it's a cultural practice. If I could just copy it down,
We're here for a reason, Alier. As agreed, you two can do the talking, and we'll wait for you here.
Okay, we'll go knock on the door. Hopefully she's not hungover.
Oops.
Citlali? Are you there? We need your help with something! Oh, no response. Maybe she's not home.
Let's try her other name.
Oh, Granny Citlali? Are you home?
The door is thrown open and you're met with a pungent smell of alcohol.
Hey, kid! If you're here to challenge me, book an appointment first!
Why does her room look so messy? So, Citlali is a real hermit, huh?
Traveler!
The door closes abruptly. Oh my god, she's zooming around cleaning that room,
Looks
isn't
like
she?
we came at a bad time.
Are you still there? Just come in. We can talk inside.
Well, at least we didn't get turned away. Huh. So this is where Citlali lives.
Oh my gosh, she cleans up pretty fast.
I, didn't have time to fully clean up the place. Complain if you want. Menial housework means nothing to a great shaman like myself. Besides, in light novels, people who keep everything neat and tidy are always too boring to be the protagonists. Also, I'm not a hermit. I'm just above superficial rules of societal etiquette.
Is that an alcohol goblet? Was she drinking?
She sure does care a lot about what we think of her.
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you, you're not still, experiencing the side effects, are you? It's my duty as a great shaman to check that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean when we could hear your thoughts? Nope. It's been so long, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right?
Then why do I hear the traveler's thoughts in my head?
What?
What?
Oh, she heard me call her a hermit? That bothers her? I thought she was above superficial rules of societal etiquette.
I can still hear you, you know.
I apologize for offending you.
Don't bother. I'll find a way to fix it. First you hear my thoughts, now I'm hearing your thoughts. It was just a simple spell. I use it on you, and now it's on the Fritz. Forget it. Just tell me why you're here.
Well, someone asked us to ask you to be their consultant. They have questions about the history of Natlan.
Hi, welcome to the stream.
So they asked the hero of Natlan to put in a good word? Sounds like they know I don't usually trouble myself with other people's problems.
The pay is really good.
Doesn't matter. I'm busy.
She sure doesn't look busy. Paimon knew this wouldn't get us anywhere.
What if the request comes from me?
From you?
Yeah! We were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So, you're the appointed ones this time?
We were surprised too! After all, we have no idea how to weave a scroll like that. But with Chef Biram's help, we were able to make some progress. We still haven't succeeded, but we learned that the key to weaving the scroll is a special kind of color. The historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. If you help them, you might end up helping us too. She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain things clearly?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue or if it was foreshadowed all along.
Does that mean you won't help us?
I need to think about it.
And there's still hope!
Hey! What's the holdup? Just give us an answer already!
Wow. Aggressive much?
You agreed to let us do the talking!
Oh. They're dead.
Citlali!
Stand down, Grudok. As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so... Apologies for the disturbance. Grudok is a recent hire, so difficult to restrain sometimes.
You're lucky you didn't force Citlali's hand.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was about to make an important decision. Pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel, except 10 times worse. That's all I came out here to say.
Whoa.
Damn.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of Seven Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Ah, the Traveler didn't get to that part? Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not mistaken, you have a personal interest in this matter, don't you? I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was a friend of yours. You two must have been close. If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat will learn the truth. With your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land. Inspiring, don't you think?
You'll be helping me fulfill my duty, and it would mean a lot to your tribe.
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help you.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the Traveler, not you. You'll just have to leech what you can.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Looks like my friendship with Citlali came in handy after all. I never took her to be the heartless type anyway.
Who are you calling heartless?
Oh my god, I forgot she could hear our thoughts.
Not a problem. I always planned to work with the Traveler. So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where it took place? Can you think of any relics we could use to prove it?
Talk at me, why don't you?
I'd like to know too.
Fine. No, no, and no. I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. I've lived a long time, but I'm not a walking encyclopedia. You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm familiar with the subject.
All right. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Your insights are very valuable. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well, my plan was to consult the members of the tribe in charge of recording history.
Then, let's start there. Traveler, what do you say to officially working together? After all, it appears I can only get Miss Citlali's help through you.
Where's the Oh, there's the record.
seem super invested in this whole thing, Citlali.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about. I know as much as anyone else in my tribe.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told me about it. That's how.
But Molusol said the two of you were close friends. The battle was legendary. Why wouldn't Huitziling tell you about it?
Close friends? More like arch rivals. Something Montluçon would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? That's not my doing. All students from Huitziling's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation, defeating me in battle. Those graffiti drawings are how they challenge me.
Huh?
Of course, none of them ever succeeded. So, after Huitziling's death, her students had no choice but to modify the requirement. Instead of defeating me, all they have to do now is last long enough. As my rival, Huitziling only had one achievement that surpassed my own, and that was the Battle of Seven Colors. I can only assume she had some kind of secret technique at her disposal. It makes perfect sense that she kept it from me. I'm a fast learner. Telling me about the technique is no different than handing it to me on a silver platter. As if she would give away her one advantage.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, all of that is secondary. Like I said, I'm only here to help you fulfill your duty.
So Citlali is doing all of this for me. I can't. I was so tempted to read that in such a flirty tone.
Don't misunderstand. This duty is important for my tribe, too. A great shaman should do her part to see it done.
A great shaman should also be a bit more organized at home.
Excuse you? I fail to see what housekeeping has to do with my duty as a shaman.
I know I'm falling for the bait. I know I'm falling for the bait because I know this is like bait. But I do ship these two. I actually ship these two characters. I like their dynamic a lot. I think, yeah, what I really like is when... I like it when it's, like, Ether and, like Citlali like this, like, where she's a lot more on the defensive, like, kind of, like, you know, shut the hell up kind of attitude. Because I agree, I don't like it when Citlali's in her, like, super... I don't know how I feel when she's, like, in her, like, kind of, like, super cutesy trait. That definitely feels more like ship baiting. But this right here is pretty funny. Also, is it just me? Or is Traveler a lot more like... I don't know if it's me. She's like... He's... How do I explain it? He's a lot more playful with her. Like, not playful as in like... Like, you know, like teasing. I don't think I've ever seen Traveler tease this much in the past. He's like actively teasing Citlali. Like, he knows too that she can hear his thoughts.
Why is it that you're the one whose thoughts are exposed, but I'm still the one suffering? I need to get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me, Great Shaman, but we have a situation over here. We could really use your help.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think the flustered part...
Of course the Battle of Seven Colors happened. The woven scroll proves it. Huitzilin used a mysterious color to construct a maze and trap the enemies inside.
Yeah. I think the flustered part is... It feels excessive. I think that's why I'm not super fond of it. It feels like very excessive in terms of like the ship dynamic. And it feels like a very different it feels very different from how Citlali usually acts in terms of like...
That's just your interpretation. There's more than one way to understand that scroll. Besides, constructing a maze out of color is ridiculous.
Wheat Ceiling was one of the most powerful shamans of her time. She definitely could have pulled it off.
That's the biggest problem. She had students. Why not pass it down? A technique that powerful? And no shaman since has ever used it?
Her students are keeping it a secret, of course. If you knew a technique like that, you'd be a fool to show it to just anyone.
Oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument. I just wanted to ask, is there anything we can use to prove the battle took place?
I like this guy. Allier, right here. He's chill.
Of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it?
He's chill. I fuck with him.
You'll have to excuse him. Some people in our tribe insist on clinging to outdated views of history. I'd give up now if I were you. It only gets more ridiculous from here.
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
The CN community complained that... Wait, the community complained that she wasn't acting, like, cutesy enough? Or they were complaining that she was acting cutesy enough?
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to argue about?
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story in my collection.
Also, who are we asking to chill?
Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Wheat Ceiling was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have been her masterpiece. There's every reason to pass it on. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, it also makes sense that her disciples would keep it a secret. We should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm the technique exists, we can deduce certain things about the battle.
Oh, Allier as the chill dude. Okay, I thought you were telling someone to chill. Sorry about that. Citlali's personality being not cutesy. Yeah. That sucks then. I like when she's anxious. The anxiety depiction is very real. Especially if you also have social anxiety, like you can relate to that. But yeah, I don't like the cutesy personality. It's like that feels out of character.
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the tribe. Not the type of people outsiders like us can speak to on a whim.
Right. The obsidian altar is off limits to you. But, if I go...
Is there a problem?
Most of Wheat Ceiling students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. I, of course, humiliated them from a young age. Those who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us any answers.
Yeah, Paimon can see it now.
Run for dear life? It's like Citlali's some kind of tyrant.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor. Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, Traveler. Fine, I said I'd help, so I'll help. But don't blame me if it goes wrong.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
do I go? Oh. Here.
Oh, are you in the middle of a ceremony?
Granny Eatsley?
Oh.
What is she doing here?
Did some coward not show up after challenging her to a fight?
Or is she here to officially take over the tribe?
How badly did she traumatize these people?
Whoa. It's like they really do see her as some kind of tyrant.
No matter what, we'll defend our dignity as priests to the end.
Ugh, you talk a big game for someone who lost to me the most out of the entire priesthood.
What?
All I want is to ask some questions.
So, you're here to interrogate us?
Someone didn't sit pretty for their beating? Is that it? You want their name, don't you?
Jeez.
We should just run!
Be not afraid. I am the biblical angel.
Yeah, with the hero of Natlan here, Granny Eatsley will be on her best behavior.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, it's the Traveler and his companion. That does make me feel better. How can we help you?
We wanted to ask about the technique you inherited from Huitziling.
Huh. So you can eradicate our school once and for all?
Disciples of our school have challenged her year after year, just as our master instructed. Sounds like she's finally had enough.
Well, you're not wrong.
If we want to protect our legacy, one of us needs to run!
Not this again. Just how much did you traumatize them, Citlali?
You beat them in a duel, so what? There's no reason to be this terrified. Citlali is someone worthy of love and respect.
Hey! You can't just say whatever you want just because it's in your head. I'm Granny Eatsley. A mere mention of my name and kids burst into tears. Love and respect? No one has the guts for that.
Well, I do. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh my god. Someone's gonna see this and they're gonna be like pissed off that I ship these two. I think the reason I really like this dynamic right here is because Traveler's actually the one like initiating and being like this playful. Because usually every character Traveler has been shipped with, they are the ones, like the playable characters are the ones that are like flirting with Traveler or being all like playful with them. I love that this one is like Traveler's taking the initiative to be like playful and teasing. Exactly, he's chasing her. This isn't like he's getting Citlali flustered, right? And that's like an opinion, you know? Whether or not you like the flustered Citlali personality, he's getting her flustered. But he's also the one being like the initiator in these things. And I love that.
You know what? Forget about your duty. We really need to fix this mind-reading situation.
Sorry to disappoint, but if you're here to question whether we're qualified to inherit our master's legacy, we're not going down without a fight.
Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm still thinking about the ship. My Linian Ether ship is in danger, guys. I think there might be a new ship on the horizon.
We're not getting anywhere. What should we do, Traveler?
Let me think. Yes, let me keep thinking about Citlali. Where did you come from?
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Elder Tlapo! Oh, we must have disturbed your meditation. Our deepest apologies. Please forgive us.
Did Elder Tlapo just issue a declaration?
From what I can tell, in a single word, the message was... friend?
Is Elder Tlapo telling us to treat Granny Eatsley as a friend?
That's not possible, is it?
Oh, you forget yourselves, my friends. You are esteemed priests of our tribe. Where are your manners?
But Chief!
I didn't expect to see you here, great shaman. My sincere apologies for the lack of hospitality.
Well, I wasn't exactly planning to come to this crowded place. So you can save the pleasantries, Chief. I'd rather get this over with.
Understood. Now, as successors of Huitzilin, I understand your friction with Granny Itzli. However, Elder Talapo's declarations have always showed us the correct path. You would do well to respect his counsel. So, mind your manners and allow Granny Itzli to ask her questions.
Good thing Elder Tlapo and Chief Biram are on our side. Hi there, Elder Tlapo!
It's been a while.
Hey, he seems pretty happy to see us.
He's the one who put you in charge of the scroll, right?
Yeah, Elder Tlapo appointed us to the task.
Elder Talapo, huh? He's still Claw to me.
Wait, was that like Citlali's old Ectomisaur or something?
Hey, don't pull that cutesy stuff with me. You're an Ectomisaur Elder now. You occupy an eminent and important position within the tribe.
So, you already know each other?
Claw was only this big when we first met. He was Witzilin's Saurian companion back then. She kept dragging him to my place, so over time, we got to know each other.
Oh, he's sweet Celine's Saurian, I see.
She only came to my place to fight me. But at the same time, she always claimed to be my friend. She was the only one who dared to try, at least.
You know, at first I thought that Huitziline was the girl from the teaser, but I forgot that Huitziline's picture is blonde. So those are two different characters.
Well, you've lived a long time. You've probably made a bunch of friends over the years, right?
The more time you have, the more friends you lose.
That's a very sad sentence.
Oh,
But I think that's very true.
Anyway, let's get back to business. I hate talking about the past. Oh, 200 years and you still haven't given up, Claw?
Pretty interesting that Ectomisaur can live that long.
I still haven't made up my mind, so you should head back. Traveler, Paimon, let's go.
Hey there, Chief Biram! Oh, wait. We haven't reached out since the last time we failed the task, huh?
I'm just grateful you haven't forgotten that duty.
Actually, we have good news! We found another clue!
I'm all ears.
It's the Battle of Seven Colors.
Huitzilin's claim to fame? That sounds promising. But the battle took place hundreds of years ago. An investigation is bound to be difficult.
True, but Granny Easterly promised to help.
Is that so? Huh. I've tried seeking her help in the past, but I never managed to coax her out. You should cherish this opportunity.
Hey, don't complain! None of the previous chiefs succeeded either.
Forgive me. That wasn't my intention. It was a comment on my own failings.
Paimon said you've been trying to figure out how to weave the special scroll.
It is my duty, great shaman.
Why bother? The scrolls always end up completed on time. So what's the point of figuring it out for yourself?
If I may, this task concerns the history of Natlan as a whole. And in many ways, history is the memory of a people.
Mayor Javari? Wait, I'm confused. What are you referring to in regards to the Mayor Javari? Like the battle?
Memory is sacred to our tribe. I'm sure a great shaman understands that better than a humble junior like myself. Something this important cannot be left to baseless rumors.
Oh, the battle. Maybe. I feel like that would make sense.
I know you don't concern yourself with the daily affairs of the tribe, Granny Citlali. Even so, as a priestess, I trust you wouldn't leave something like that to chance.
I get your point.
Something on your mind?
Of course, the one time I wish you could read my mind, it doesn't work.
The chief referred to himself as a humble junior. Maybe Citlali's worried she looks old.
No, that's not it.
Huh?
It's not important. Rest assured, Biram, with my help, the Traveler and Paimon will definitely be able to complete the task.
Haha. You have my thanks then.
That would actually make sense if it was in the Mayor Javari.
If you run into any more problems, I'm always willing to help.
Because I think to myself, like, I know Natlan's a pretty big region and all, but I feel like it's not that big that, like, a big battle like the Seven Colors thing wouldn't happen. Like, I don't know, nothing feels like it would happen that far away. So I'm thinking, yeah, if it's in the Mayor Javari and it's like a pretty far away area, it would make sense if there isn't a lot of records of it. Although I guess even Ochka Natlan has pretty, like, obscure history, so maybe it's not, maybe it doesn't have to be that far.
Huh. So are you here to test whether we're qualified to inherit Master Wheatselian's legacy?
You've already been tested, haven't you? Well, frankly speaking, I don't think any of you are qualified. But that's not why I'm here. All you need to do is be good and answer my questions.
Fine. Ask away.
You've heard of the Battle of Seven Colors, right?
Of course. It's our master's claim to fame. An immortal legend inscribed in the very history of our tribe.
Then I'm sure you know there are those who question whether it actually occurred.
I did hear people arguing about that the other day.
It's disgraceful. How can they question something like that?
It doesn't surprise me. Natlan has had more tourism lately. A lot of people have started getting strange ideas after interacting with Outlanders. After all, everyone who took part in the battle has returned to the ley lines. Without witnesses, it's hard to refute detractors.
Well, it just so happens the questions I want to ask are directly related to the legitimacy of this battle.
Listen, we know you were rivals, but do you really have to question her legacy?
You think she's like you? Someone who can't survive a little scrutiny?
No, of course not.
Then let me finish. During the battle, Wheatselian most likely used a technique powerful enough to turn the tides of war. I'm sure she was very proud of it. Proud enough to pass it on to her disciples. So, which one of you inherited that technique?
I don't think any of us have heard of it.
Listen, I'm not trying to take it for myself, so be honest. With or without it, I can wipe the floor with any of you.
Yeah, no objections there. But I'm telling the truth. None of us have ever heard of that technique.
What's wrong with her? Why would she let it go extinct?
Master's body of work is massive. No one student could hope to learn all her techniques. Mastering just a few already takes a lot of effort. Master had no choice but to recruit many students, split up what she knew into different portions, and pass it down through various individuals.
You know, it took me a really long time to notice this. I didn't realize that this was supposed to... This, like, statue right here was supposed to represent an Iktomisaur. I'm kind of sad it took me this long to recognize that.
So even though we see ourselves as representatives of Wheatzilian's school of shamanism, what we know isn't the sum of her legacy. Actually, I know of a shaman family that inherited some of Master's techniques. The family fell on hard times and lost the right to the priesthood. Still could be worth a shot.
But if they inherited Wheatzilian's secret technique, shouldn't the family be thriving?
Well, it's the only thing I can think of.
All right. Give me their address.
I'll mark it out on your map.
To be honest, I'm not optimistic about the future of this investigation. That's because the request came from you. You don't know the power of your own words, do you?
Oh yeah, the Homa. Yeah, that makes sense too. There's... I saw an Ashikai video talking about, like, the Homa symbol being a thing all over. Yeah, like, there's a video somewhere about the Ashikai. Yeah, Ashikai's, like, the Homa symbol being a big thing, and how it's actually supposed to be related to the Masters of the Nightwind in some capacity. Although it has been a while since I've watched that video, so I don't know the full extent of it. But you know, you can see right here, the ears are just like this. And I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit because I want to show something else that showed up in that video. If we go... I believe it's here. I believe this is the statue. If we go to this statue here, you will recognize that it also has a very similar shape. Yeah, the omnipresent god has a very similar shape. Also, the battle pass, I'm not really sure what the battle pass is supposed to be, but also very similar symbol with the rising wings. So yeah, I think it's really cool to check out that video because the symbol itself does seem to have a lot of links to the Nightwind tribe. And maybe I should rewatch that because I kind of forgot a lot of the details involved with that. Alright, let's go check out the family.
Proving the legitimacy of this battle seems more hopeless by the second.
Nothing we can do about that.
Well, even if our investigation ultimately proves the legend to be false, that's still a worthwhile result. Although I'm here for business purposes, I have a personal interest in this as well. I'm drawn to matters of historical truth.
That's exactly why I chose to follow you, Monsieur Montluçon.
Listen, I'm just updating you on the situation, not asking for your opinion. I don't really care whether you continue your investigation. And Traveler, you came to me for help with your scroll weaving duty, right? You thought looking into the Battle of Seven Colors could give you answers. That's understandable. But based on our progress, I'd say this is a dead end. Instead of wasting time, you might consider taking a different approach. I'll try to think of another way to help you.
Respected Traveler, let's not forget about the compensation I promised. You shall have it in full. Extra, if that's what it takes.
I think this investigation could help you too, Citlali.
What makes you say that?
Because it has to do with Wheatzilian's past.
Yeah, based on what you've told us so far, it kinda seems like there's unresolved tension between you two.
You think so?
She claimed to be your friend, but picked fights with you non-stop, and never told you about her biggest accomplishment. By figuring out the truth behind the battle, maybe we can finally help you get closure.
Closure? I'd say we're 200 years too late. But fine, if you want to keep investigating, be my guest.
Ah, that's wonderful news.
family.
I hope this doesn't end with a classic, like, villain betrayal type of thing with, like, the Fontanians or whatever, or the Fatui. I hope that this just ends with just a genuine, like, I hope this story as a whole is just a genuine, like, historical, like, unveiling. I think that's what I want from this quest. I want just a simple story. No twists.
Are you Asia Man?
No twists, no big, like, betrayals or, like, surprise fights with any of these characters. I think it just... At this point, it doesn't make sense for these people to be, like, suddenly betraying everybody. These two being bad guys would suddenly feel very out of character.
Yep, that's me. Huh? Granny Eatsley?
Get up! In a crowded market like this, the only person who should be trying to hide is me.
My apologies. Ever since my grandfather's generation, the shamans of my family have given up on passing your trial, Granny Eatsley. Have we offended you in some other capacity?
Man, this is generational trauma at this point.
Citlali, what are you doing to these people?
Whenever I misbehaved as a kid, Grandpa would tell me about the thrashing he received from Granny Eatsley. I still get nightmares about it sometimes.
I wonder what Citlali looks like in those nightmares.
Hey, don't get any funny ideas. This was your idea, remember? Keep asking your questions. I'm going to find somewhere quiet to wait.
Okay, so your family studied under Citlali, right?
Yes, although that pretty much ended with my grandfather's generation, unfortunately. The techniques my family learned from Citlali didn't have much practical use in terms of tribal affairs, so during my grandfather's time, we quit the priesthood. Turns out, shaman techniques aren't that useful outside the priesthood either. So over time, we abandoned them altogether. Of course, it's possible that we were just too foolish to understand the true power of those teachings. After all, Citlali was a genius. None of her students have been able to fully reproduce her talent.
Do you know which techniques were passed on to your family?
I'm not sure. As a kid, I remember hearing my grandfather talk about them, but it's not like I can use them myself.
Just think about it for a sec. Do you remember anything about a technique that can decide the outcome of a battle?
Decide the outcome of a battle? No, I don't remember anything like that. Besides, my family wasn't really known for our talent. If a technique like that exists, I doubt Citlali would pass it on to us. You might have better luck asking one of the priests. They're descendants of Citlali's most gifted students.
I mean, we just came from the priest, didn't we?
Well, looks like we're back where we started.
Still no definitive evidence the Battle of Seven Colors took place. Alier, do you think we have enough to draw a conclusion?
All we have are non-witness accounts. We could put together an interview, but that's not going to hold up in academic circles.
Then we have to keep going.
Oh, you're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Yeah, you know about it?
Not a lot, but there's something special about my family. In addition to shaman techniques, Citlali's stories were passed down to us as well.
I am going to take like a 2-minute bathroom break. I will be right back. Alright. We are back. Thank you for your patience.
Say what you want about my ancestors' dedication to shamanism, but they definitely paid attention to those stories. And of course, the Battle of Seven Colors is the most exciting story of them all.
We don't need another story. We need something concrete. Does no one in your tribe understand that?
Oh, now they're getting hostile.
I'm not sure if this is helpful, but the story passed down in my family is a little different from the one told in the tribe.
Really?
Well, it's Citlali's personal account of the events, so it's a lot more detailed. For example, in the version I heard, the battle took place in a location known as Chico Mostuk Cave.
Is that here, or is that elsewhere?
That means you can tell us where to find it. Have you ever been to this place?
Unfortunately not.
I studied maps of Natlan before we left, Monsieur Montluçon. I don't remember ever seeing such a name.
Could your ancestors be mistaken, Mr. Eshemin?
It's unlikely. My family may have let the shamanism side of things fall by the wayside, but we're serious about these stories. In the words of my grandfather, some things deserve to be passed down more than secret arts.
If Whitselin's version of events differs so much from the general understanding, that makes it even more likely the battle is completely made up.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Oh, hold on. You mentioned the Chico Mostuk cave?
Oh, yes? Can I clear something up for you?
It's been more than 200 years. Huh. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
What do you mean?
Okay, so she knows what we're talking about.
That location is now known as the Valley of Fog. The Chico Mostuk cave is what it was called 200 years ago.
We just left that guy, like... we left that guy just... without saying anything?
Precisely when Citlali was alive. That means, Monsieur Montluçon, we can confirm the original site of the battle. Once we get there, the evidence we need should be at our fingertips.
Just when we thought all hope was lost. I never doubted you, great shaman. Allow me to present you with a gift as thanks.
Save it. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me.
Just accept the gift, Citlali. You've earned it.
Wait, Mr. Montluçon works in publishing. You're a huge fan of light novels, right, Citlali? Maybe he could get you some that are out of print.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Out of print, huh? Sure. Do you have any in mind?
Well, if we're talking collectibles, then the first edition of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power is a must. It's the first major hit of the isekai genre. Several editions have gone to print, but copies of the first edition are exceedingly rare and valuable.
I see.
There's also its sister work, Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was Yae Publishing House's attempt at gauging the new market trends. It's opened the door to a new genre after readers grew tired of isekais. The sales speak for themselves. Actually, Yae Publishing House released a limited edition not too long ago. But it's almost impossible to get. Anyway, I'll take those two.
Sorry, I'm not sure I caught all that. What were the titles again? Reborn as Kitsune Guji?
These two titles are among the most successful and well-known works in the entire industry. You're telling me, as someone who works in publishing, you've never heard of them?
Uh-oh. That's a red flag that these guys... Oh, no. Guys, no. I was excited for these guys to not be villains.
I'm a merchant from Fontaine, after all. Regarding this particular genre from Inazuma, I'm afraid I lack your level of expertise.
Okay, that checks out. I'm sorry, I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical that these guys are going to be, like, surprise villains.
Amateur.
I know the titles of the books. I think I've actually read, the Kitsune Guji one. I've read Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. I don't think I've... I think I vaguely read the Reborn is Raiden, but that is... I don't... That was years when they first came out. Just leave the books to me.
Of course! Sounds like a perfect arrangement. Now, there's no time to waste. We should head to the site of the battle right away.
Once we get there, it'll take a bit more work to determine the actual location. Right now, all we have is a general idea.
Well, I'm sure Miss Citlali can help us with that.
Come to think of it, I should probably revisit that bookstore. I'm sure there's new, like, novels.
Have you even looked at the time? It's already evening, and I have important plans tonight. You expect me to work through the night?
Well, what do you think, Traveler?
Let's break for the day and meet back up tomorrow.
Okay, we'll find a place to rest for the night. When should we meet tomorrow?
He's persistent, huh?
What do you think, Citlali?
How about noon?
Do we have to wait that long?
Great shamans have important matters to attend to in the morning.
My guess is that she just wants to sleep in.
That's only because I have important tasks to complete at night.
All right, as Miss Citlali instructed. Let's meet back up tomorrow at noon. We'll be waiting at the exit of the tribal settlement.
Paimon in that scene just reminded me of, like, the awkward third wheel, seeing, like, two friends flirting.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask, is Granny Eatsley satisfied with my answer?
Yeah, of course. You really helped us out.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't offend her somehow.
You're really that scared of her?
She's actually really nice. She's just awkward in social situations.
To be honest, Granny Eatsley almost never interacts with ordinary tribespeople like us. Everything we know about her comes from rumors. She's a powerful shaman who's lived for over 200 years. As a great hero, you're probably the only one who isn't intimidated by her.
Well, thanks for today, Citlali.
Wanna grab a meal? My treat.
That's quite considerate of you. All right, let's grab a few drinks. Just like last time.
Wait, didn't you say you had important plans tonight?
What did you think I meant?
Does that mean you've gone drinking every night for the past 200 years? Now Paimon's worried about your health.
Same place?
No, I've had enough socializing for one day. I know somewhere quiet. We can just buy some drinks and head over.
Are we gonna let Traveler drink, finally? Like, they always seem to, like, skirt around that
Which will also
idea.
give us a chance to solve the mind reading issue. Considering the necessary spell work, I'd rather do it in private.
Okay, I wanted... Okay, so I'm gonna... wait, let me get my thoughts. Let's take a quick pause on the quest. Here... yeah, we see the two stories. I don't remember writing this. When did we write this story? Because I remember writing a story where we were going through our, like... We were going through our, like, adventures as a traveler and, like, recalling what we did in Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. When exactly did we write the Reborn is Raiden Yai mission? It has been a very long time since I've played that. Okay, I'll revisit that after, like, off stream, just to recap on that. Do you guys remember when we did when we wrote the story of, like, recalling our adventures? That's what like, when was that? When did that happen? 'Cause this... don't remember when that happened. What is this? There's so many... man. The festival... Oh, is that when we wrote that? Okay. That was 2.6 then.
Let's ride.
I thought that
All right.
Malika would be better at climbing.
Is this the place?
No, further up.
Further up? Whoa, this is like a secret base!
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I want the fresh air, but not the company. So I come here. Let's see if my stash is still here. Ah, great! The halberd crest birds didn't eat my snacks.
Oh my god, she's just downing it.
Now for the mind reading issue. Give me your hand.
Be right back. I'm just gonna like put away my dishes since I finished eating my food. Anyway, we're holding her hand?
It might take a little longer, actually. I just need to share my senses, make a clean break. And that should do it, right?
This really is a one-of-a-kind view. That must be why Citlali likes to come here.
You're not wrong. Hold on. Why do I still hear you in my head?
No idea.
Oh, did I not separate our senses completely? Maybe using my palm isn't enough? Close your eyes.
Close my eyes.
Oh, please work, please work. A great shaman should be able to handle this.
I'm dead. Holy shit. I was genuinely expecting a kiss. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a kiss. Paimon's face said it all. She knows what's up. The devs and the writers know what's up. They know what they were doing with this scene.
Okay, what about now?
Wait. I think I heard something. It sounded like your thoughts.
Huh? And now?
It's gone.
Huh. Whenever I try to remove the effect, it just flips direction and gets worse.
Was that Citlali's forehead just now? It was really warm.
That was just to help with the spell. Ah, shoot. I still hear you. For a human soul, to lose the boundaries of the mind is to drown in the sea of consciousness without a concept of self.
Wait, that sounds bad!
I read that in a light novel. When it comes to the real world, I think it's pretty accurate.
Is Citlali drunk? She's not making much sense.
Anyway, we'll just have to leave it for now.
Hearing the Traveler's thoughts isn't that bad, right? You should just tease him. That's what Paimon would do.
It's just... I'm not good at this. I'm not used to being close to people. Sorry, I said we could be friends, but I guess I'm not ready. I'm used to being Granny Eatsley. Someone intimidating, someone people are scared to approach. I don't have to deal with people that way.
Why live like that?
Yeah, Paimon's been wondering. Why do you insist on living so far away? You could easily become a leader of your tribe, someone everyone loves and respects.
When you live as long as me, a person is like a flower. The color draws you in. You water it to see it bloom. It rewards you with its fragrance, but it doesn't last. With the passing of the seasons, everything withers away. You can try to water it, but it will never bloom again. Even if the same plot of soil is covered in flowers the following year, the one you remember won't be there.
Wow.
That's just how it is. Most of the people in my life will be gone one day, just like a flower. Getting close means losing friend after friend for hundreds of years, until the weight of their memories crushes my soul.
See, I think what makes Citlali's thing feel a lot different from other characters with long lifespans is the fact that those characters generally have someone who they can connect with. As far as I can tell, Citlali is the only character in Natlan who has an extended lifespan. Because Mawika was not an extended lifespan. She time traveled. So maybe Citlali can understand maybe like she can connect with Mawika to understand the pain of like losing people from your past. But I don't think she can properly connect with Mawika in the sense of like having this be a repeating cycle for her. But in like because in Liyue, there's a ton of adepti. Everyone's lived for thousands of years. We have Shan Yun, Zhongli, Xiao. I don't know how long Yanfei has lived for, but Yanfei would live a while. Ganyu, like every character. There's a lot of Liyue characters who can have that connection of like understanding losing somebody. People in Inazuma, there's yokai everywhere. Raiden and A, have a long lifespan. They understand that. Sumeru, I'm not too sure about because I don't know anyone in Sumeru who has a long lifespan besides Nahida. But Nahida's only just started living her life. So I don't think she's gonna go through that yet. In a sense, like, the people in Sumeru right now are, like, her first community. So she doesn't understand the loss of, like, that extended life cycle. And then Farina has Nouvelette, at the very least. I think those are the only two with an extended lifespan. And then there's like Nouvelette, Sijuin. Farina understands, but she's now human, so she's gonna die soon. So it's gonna be Nouvelette and Sijuin, basically. And yeah, in Natlan, Citlali seems to be the only one with an extended lifespan, so she doesn't have anyone to connect to. And I think that's why this depiction of, like, how time, her depiction of, like, how time affects her feels different from other characters in other regions.
If people don't care about me, then I don't have to care about them. It's better if the people in my memories are nothing more than fleeting strangers.
Citlali.
My approach is different. I choose to remember everyone.
You won't live as long as me, so you don't have to worry about that.
Actually, I might have a long lifespan.
Really? Then you should understand. Nearly everyone you know will be gone one day.
All the more reason to remember them.
Traveler?
I have a friend who only lives in my memories now. In fact, you could say my memories are the sole proof she existed in this world. Are we talking about Rukkhadevata? So, sometimes I tell myself, as long as I remember every single friend, they will never truly die. Instead, they will live on in the world of my memories. When friends create Sorry. When friends create memories together, there's always something to hold on to. So, if you still need time, let me choose to remember you first.
Is something wrong?
Stupid mind-reading side effect won't go away. It's not like I want to hear you complain about me all the time.
Okay, she's definitely drunk. Citlali! Maybe take it easy? At this rate, you might sleep past noon tomorrow.
I'm not drunk. I remember everything the traveler said. Just gotta think of a response. I'll think of something.
If you're about to pass out.
Uh-oh, not this again. Is she asleep?
I'm fine. Can get home by myself.
Is she talking in her sleep or talking to us? She seems kind of out of it.
Bye. Gonna walk back alone. Need some time to think.
What the hell just happened?
Alright.
What is happening? Who is this? I don't know who this is. Okay, wait till 11 o'clock the next day. I think that's another reason I like the Traveler in this, like, ship as well.
Time to go.
With Citlali. It's the fact that there is actual lore reasons why they would make sense together. Because they actually can relate with the idea of, like... They can actually relate with the whole idea of...
This should
like,
be the place we decided to meet yesterday.
having a long life, people coming and going in their lifespan, like... I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of hate online about the ship, but they have a genuine lore connection that's not just like, you know, that's not just like, you know, ship bait.
Who knows if Citlali will show up on time? She drank so much last night, she might not even be up yet.
Oh, she's here. She's here.
Ahem.
Citlali!
No need to sound so surprised. Drinking is just a way to pass the time. I mastered the art of moderation long ago. Last night doesn't count. It was a minor slip-up, that's all. Anyway, I gave everything a lot of thought, and I think you're right about something. The Battle of Seven Colors holds the key to a lot of the answers I've been searching for.
So that's why you're here so early.
Traveler, great shaman. Sorry to keep you waiting. Shall we head out?
Just follow me. I'll confirm the location myself.
Of course.
Oh, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about a plot twist happening.
It's getting...
Oh, I just killed Auroron.
This should be it.
So the battlefield is inside this place.
That could explain a lot of our academic questions.
Don't lose focus. Once we get to the actual site of the battle, all the evidence needed for publication will be at our fingertips.
Everyone ready?
Let's go. Well, Auroron's dead. Recommended elements, cryo and animo. Okay. We can do that.
You want me on your team?
This should work. Okay. I'm gonna just bring 3 characters, and then Citlali will be our 4th, and that'll kind of be our, like, party. That way I don't have to go between 5 characters and, like, get confused there.
So the Abyss invaded through a cave like this?
When the Abyss first began to corrode the ley lines, they took every opening they could get.
All the items here should be useful for our research.
You're not to touch a single one without my nod of approval.
I don't support invasive excavation techniques either.
Ah, of course. I'll defer to the experts on this matter. Well, shall we continue?
Okay, this should work. Question is, what kind of rotation do I do?
There are weapons here from every tribe in Natlan. The battle must have encompassed the entire nation.
Sounds like we're getting closer to what the legend describes. But all we can really say is that a battle took place here. There's still no evidence of any colors or some elaborate maze.
Wow, you're really invested in the Battle of 7 Colors.
Well, it's the reason I came to Natlan in the first place. Grudok, send some of your men to search the area. We might miss something all grouped together like this. I'd like to cover all our bases.
All the bases. You got it.
Don't jump to conclusions. Of course this isn't the site of the actual battle. We have to keep going.
Yeah, they're bad guys. There's no way. You bring the Fatui into it, of course they're
I
bad.
might have an idea. Traveler, try removing that sphere.
Oh.
Whoa, we passed straight through! What was that? Some kind of color magic?
It's very close to the technique Citlali might have used.
That's it? Doesn't quite compare to the scale described in the legend.
Still, what a terrific archaeological find.
Ugh, enough chit-chat. We should keep going. The deeper we go, the more we'll find.
I like how how do you pronounce it? Montezon is just like super southern, and Alia is just like a nerd. I love him.
Coming! Hold on. If we step here, we might fall through.
You mean there are traps in here?
Remember how we were able to pass through the wall just now? It must have been because, on our person, we were carrying the same color as the wall. Let's put the spear down and see what happens.
Follow the wind.
Whoa, you're right. We can keep going now.
Turn to the skies!
Oh, where are we going?
Wait, what was that? What is this place?
Look! A maze made of colors.
Oh.
It's real. I can't believe it.
Hold on. The quality of this space. This isn't reality. It's a realm of memory.
Huh?
Is this the Night Kingdom?
No. This is a space constructed using memories as a medium. The principle is similar, but the two are not the same.
Correct?
Oh, who that?
Wheatsealing?
What?
No. It's just a trace of her consciousness left behind after creating this space.
Friends, this is my question to you. What is our strongest weapon against the Abyss? In my opinion, it's memory. After all, is it not after losing the capacity for memory, love, and compassion that our enemies fell to the Abyss? That is why, with our memories, we possess a power the Abyss cannot hope to match. I have discovered the perfect medium for us to wield that weapon. You know it as color. The more cherished the memory, the more vivid its color. As memories disappear, their color fades first. That is why color is the best vehicle to wield the power of memory. Guided by vibrant colors, your capacity for memory is what will allow you to navigate this maze. Without that capacity, enemies will fail to cross the barrier in front of them and be trapped here for eternity. So, be brave, my friends, and march forward.
Any ideas, Citlali?
Sounds like she left a tutorial. Not surprising. She always did have to handhold her talentless students. Follow me.
All right, let's see.
There are monsters here too?
Oh, okay.
Abyss creatures. Likely trapped here for some time. Looks like a few monsters made it out of the battle all those years ago.
Okay, let's try swirl first.
It's Papa! Ha! Teamwork is strength!
As one with wind and cloud.
Okay, I probably did the rotation wrong. It's whatever.
blazing sun!
Oh, okay, I wasted an entire rotation just now.
start changing blocks? You and Citlali fell through all of a sudden. You scared Paimon half to death.
Must be one of the mechanics of the maze. I'm guessing the purpose is to help allies navigate this place.
Oh no, more monsters?
Ah, shoot. They're blocking the way forward. Let's get rid of them.
Okay.
Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh!
Fallen leaves, adorn my...
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Let's ride!
I wonder if it actually matters what direction we take on this maze.
This place is so pretty. If not for those monsters, Paimon would have never guessed this was a battlefield.
The showmanship's not bad, I'll give her that. Rise like smoke.
Is this a bridge made of colors?
Don't sound so surprised. We just need to cross and we should reach the end.
We're out! Looks like we made it through the maze.
Hold on. This is...
Whoa, so pretty! The thing inside the sphere looks exactly like the maze!
It's like a miniature blueprint made from a special dye.
That color.
The dye was modified using a secret technique to harness the power of memories and create mazes like the one we just witnessed. Without that power, it's just a normal dye. But the color it produces is still quite rare. I would say this is the most direct evidence that the Battle of Seven Colors actually took place.
The expert has spoken!
Oh, gosh.
Perhaps I could take a closer look? It's an important piece of physical evidence, after all.
No, you may not.
Doing?
Ah, you noticed my signal. Not bad, Traveler. We make a good team.
Huh. So, you've been watching me.
I had high hopes. I had very high hopes. I really thought that these guys weren't gonna be bad. I thought that maybe the Fatui weren't gonna cause problems. I thought we weren't gonna get another Fontaine villain, but I guess I was wrong.
A self-proclaimed book merchant who's never heard of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power? Please, that work was a commercial success across Teyvat.
Okay, I'm glad that moment in the quest actually was a piece of foreshadowing, because it felt really... It seemed like very obvious. Like, it seemed like a very, like, how do I put it? Like, you wouldn't say that line just for filler text. Like, there had to have been some kind of special meaning.
I knew you were fishy, but I didn't expect you to pull something like this.
Monsieur Montluçon, we just need a few pictures for our research, not the artifact itself. What if it gets damaged or destroyed?
Shut it! I couldn't care less about preserving this piece of trash. I would destroy it right now if I could.
But then there would be no evidence to prove the battle took place.
What if that was my goal all along?
What?
Huh. Pretending to be a book merchant, pretending to promote the history of Natlan and its heroes was the only way to get information out of the people in this tribe. But make no mistake, I'm no lowly merchant. I am the future owner of the largest printing company in all of Teyvat. But the dye in that sphere ruined all my plans before they could even get off the ground.
We've received a report that your advertisement in the paper makes false claims. Fontaine law demands it be taken down immediately.
False claims? The dye I advertised is an unprecedented innovation. It produces colors of unmatched radiance.
Unfortunately, its qualities are neither unprecedented nor unmatched. According to the lady who made the report, she saw a woven scroll in Natlan made with a similar dye.
Oh.
Even more miraculous, that substance dates back hundreds of years.
How? Creating this dye is the culmination of my entire life's work. You're telling me I'm hundreds of years too late?
Calm down, sir.
Sorry, it's just... I know this product will be a hit. The economic boost to Fontaine will be huge. We just need to advertise it as written. Fontaine's publishing industry is one of the best in the world. All we need to do is publish something in the paper, and all of Teyvat will think it was our invention first. We don't need to worry about more reports. Fontaine is far more advanced than Natlan. No one will believe such an innovative product could come from a place like that.
Wow, that's... kind of racist.
That goes against all of Fontaine's advertisement regulations. We can't do that.
Like, I hate to break it to you, buddy. The dye... We got motorcycles, dude. I don't know if you can say Fontaine's more advanced than Natlan.
What if I give you a portion of the profits? All you have to do is let the advertisement stay.
You're trying to bribe me? Careful. I'm dangerously close to reporting this to Monsieur Novelette.
Ah.
Oh my gosh. Why did none of the chat update until now? Hold on, let me catch up on all of this. Where... Wow. Okay. Still updated and summon. It's not just harem member that are domain enemy. Sucrose is better than Kazuha in that team. Moika E, Kazu E, Bennett E burst, Moika burst. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my, sorry, the chat did not update at all. I had to catch up on like 20 messages.
I knew if I was just allowed to market my product, it would be a hit. A bestseller even. I would be a giant in the printing industry. But now, no one will see it as anything more than a poor imitation marketed centuries too late. No matter how good the product actually is, not a single one will sell. I will never accept that someone from this backwards, ignorant nation could come up with that dye. Not 200 years before me!
Even when the truth is right in front of you?
Ha! Truth is in the eye of the beholder. I'm already in the printing industry. I can go into publishing, no problem. All I have to do is destroy this sphere, write a detailed report about my findings, and publish it around the world. Then, the so-called truth becomes your word against mine. Once my report is accepted as fact, no one can accuse me of making false claims.
That's awful! What happened to restoring the truth of history?
That plan hasn't changed. I will continue to spread my truth for all of Teyvat to see.
Talk of a game, but did you forget who you're talking to?
Ah, you mean a hero of Natlan who's not actually from Natlan? And a great shaman who, according to rumor, abandoned her tribe long ago? From a practical perspective, there's no reason for either of you to stand against me.
Okay. Why the fuck is every NPC stupid? We have been to 6 regions already. You would think this guy would be a little smarter in not testing us.
Shows what you know.
Oh, since you like rumors so much, have you heard the one about what happens to people who get on my bad side?
Ah, the wrath of Granny Citlali. Like I said, our interests aren't at odds.
Stupid juice or something. That reminds me of the digital circus thing. Can I have the burger with the stupid sauce? You know, the sauce that makes you stupid.
I knew from the beginning that you would accept my invitation, considering Whitzelin was your rival. You've lived longer than her, you're far stronger than her, and yet, she has always been more revered than you.
I'm glad you
Now,
got that reference.
That can change. With the backing of the printing industry, I can take any book and send it to all four corners of Teyvat. This part of Natlan's history will be mine to tell. And in my version, I can erase the Battle of Seven Colors. You can be the one to have all the glory.
That's not real history.
That's a no, then? Your history means nothing to me. But it's not allowed to stand in the way of my Mora.
Done running your mouth? Good. Before handing you over to the tribe, I think I'll have my way with you first.
If this comes to a fight, per my contract, you're gonna have to go through me.
Oh, yep. Get out of there, Allier.
That's right. I didn't pay all that Mora for nothing.
Wait, aren't you subordinates of the captain? Why are you helping someone who wants to erase Natlan's history?
The captain. You actually bought that? United in the pursuit of Mora, we travel the land to collect debts. Our loyalty is to Regrader, his interests, and his wealth.
Oh, Regrader.
Regrader?
The captain means nothing to them. They serve a different harbinger altogether. Regrader!
This man has the potential to become a giant in the printing industry and disrupt Fontaine's economic system. This aligns with Regrader's interests.
It's all been a lie from the very beginning!
I don't care who you serve. When it comes to punishment, I don't discriminate.
Regrader is Pantalone, isn't he?
Off we go!
Into the wind.
Fulfill our pact! You two! Time to...
As one with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is strength! Wrath from the skies!
That's what you get for messing with the hero of Natlan and Granny Citlali. They could give Regrader a run for his Mora.
When did this person get so strong? Looks like the men following the captain failed to update us on the latest intelligence. Not good. This is becoming more trouble than it's worth. You're on your own!
Hey, what about our contract? Your boss signed it himself!
Our boss never signs a contract without loopholes. Even a veteran businessman like yourself fell into his trap. That's what makes him the best! Go home and read the fine print. All I did was trigger the exculpatory clause.
You!
The other stipulations have been fulfilled. I set up explosives around the cave, strong enough to destroy this place, as instructed.
Not Citlali just being like... doesn't give a shit.
Oh, and for security purposes, all explosives have been rigged to blow at a specific time. Shouldn't be too long now.
What? This whole place is gonna collapse?
You were supposed to wait until I made it out! Are you trying to kill me?
That depends on how fast you can run. I'm off.
Ah!
Damn!
You think you can just waltz out of here? Traveler, stop them, and then we'll make a break for it.
If I'm caught, I implicate my boss. Time for the backup plan.
Wait, don't!
Where are we? Back in the maze? Our surroundings look different, though. What did that Fatui guy do? do?
What did he do? Did he, like, pop the bubble?
Good point. She'll know how to get out of here. Let's hurry. If we don't make it out before the cave collapses, we might never be able to leave. Let's see. Citlali! Looks like it's not gonna be that easy. What should we do?
I saw the special color.
The special color? The one you saw in that woven scroll? Why would it appear around here? You're right. Lead the way, traveler.
He triggered it just like that? If the technique isn't activated correctly.
Instead of a realm of memory, the subjects in question will be trapped in a temporary space like this. If you cannot escape in time, it's mutually assured destruction. But I can't fault someone for using it as a last resort.
I knew it! Someone of your skill wouldn't leave behind memory fragments just to parrot instructions. You must have the capacity for conscious thought.
I appreciate the compliment. It's been a long time, my friend.
This is no time for a reunion. The cave outside is about to collapse. I know time flows differently in this place, but that still doesn't leave us much time. Can you help me get out?
You misunderstand, Citlali. I'm nothing more than a fragment of memory. There's not much I can do.
What do you mean? This space can be manipulated, right? The exit of your maze. I remember its structure. If I create an exit here, I can leave. You just need to tell me how to manipulate this space.
The maze you saw earlier was constructed using the memories of many warriors of Natlan. When people leave deep impressions on each other, their memories form connections. These connections are particularly strong between comrades in arms. That is how I created my maze. The connections between the memories were my needle and thread, and the special color was my fabric. But if that color is crudely combined with an isolated memory, one without connections, you get a place like this. This space is a combination of my color and your memories. There is no way to alter or construct anything within it, because there are no connections at your disposal.
Over 200 years, and not a single lasting connection. This is my punishment, huh?
Well, at the very least, you have a connection to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to appear in this space.
That's only because you never gave me a moment's peace. Still, it's a shame you're not around. You said it yourself. A memory fragment can't be used to create the connections I need.
Citlali.
But now that I have the chance to talk to you again, I need you to give me an answer. Your special technique. You didn't pass it on to your students. You passed it on to the rival you could never beat. Me. What I want to know is, why?
Wait, did Citlali just learn a technique, or she always had this technique?
So you figured it out.
After what I saw in the maze and everything you just told me, I'm certain the technique at the center of all this is the same one you taught me all those years ago. But you never brought up the fact that you used it to win a battle. From your description, it might as well have been a simple color trick. I'm getting the feeling you always meant for me to come here. But if this is a foreshadowed event, I'm not happy with the narrative setup.
Citlali, ever since you learned that technique, you've been able to see a special color, haven't you?
You mean...
That color is the core of the technique. But it isn't my invention. It's something I discovered in the work of our ancestors. More specifically, you could call it the color of memories. In truth, passing on the technique is a process of using that color to tint another person's memories. Yes, the technique has the power to decide victory. But in my opinion, the capacity to add color to someone's memories is where the true value lies. You are fated to live a far longer life than me, Citlali. I couldn't bear the thought of all those years existing as a blank canvas in your memory. So I wanted to leave a little color behind.
Your color, you mean?
One day, you too will want to leave behind your color in someone else's memory. When that day comes, you will understand my decision.
So if you still need time, let me choose to remember you first.
I have to get out of here. That's the only way to rescue them.
Citlali, what are you?
I understand the true principle of this technique now. If I can't construct an exit, then I will separate this color from my memories by force.
But you could lose a portion of your memories that way.
I know, but my memory is just a blank canvas I've neglected for 200 years. My friends are worth the risk.
I have to find her.
When you entered the realm of memory I constructed, I used your memories to learn about your recent experiences. I have a feeling you're the one who will be saved this time. After 200 years, someone has appeared by your side. The kind of person I could have never anticipated. The Night Kingdom harbors Natlan's memories, and the Traveler's connection to that realm is incredibly strong, surpassing even the shamans who worship the Lord of the Night. This means that, even without your tutelage, he can see the color of memories.
What did you say?
Although he doesn't know how to wield it, he unknowingly left behind a trace of color in your memories. That was enough to guide him to this space. You now have a connection at your disposal. Well, Citlali, it looks like part of this was foreshadowed, but the rest is a surprise.
Traveler? Traveler!
That's Citlali's voice! She's just up ahead!
This is goodbye, my friend. Your memories over the past 200 years are much more than a blank canvas. Cherish them.
Wheat ceiling.
Citlali!
Paimon! Traveler! Hold my hand.
Are we, like, actually?
Did we teleport out? Man, that place was so...
Oh!
We made it out just in time! Wonder what happened to the Fatui guy and the others.
They dead.
He was most likely trapped inside that space, just like us. The external structures supporting that space would have collapsed with the ruin. Unless he managed to escape, he would have been crushed.
He still preferred that to being caught, huh?
What about the Fontanians?
They were standing a bit further away, right? They probably weren't pulled into the space. Maybe they already made a run for it.
Hello?
It's one of Maluson's employees! Quick, restrain him!
Oh, I can explain. I had no idea Malu-san was such a terrible person. I couldn't stop him from running, so I stayed behind and tried to find people to help rescue you. I'm so glad you managed to get out of there.
Either way, the guards will take you back to the tribe. You'll be their problem.
I understand.
Anyway, I'm not here to harp on you. I just need to know one thing. Which way did he run?
He went that way, but I'm not sure if you can catch up.
Oh, it's Citlali. We're catching up.
That way? Unless he suddenly grows a pair of wings, I think we're okay. Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
I'm glad this guy lived.
I'll wait here for the tribal guards. I'm so sorry the ruin was destroyed.
Full throttle!
Hey, it's Elder Tlapo and a group of Ictomisaurs! They caught Molusol!
Let's go.
Something felt off about him yesterday, so I set a few things in motion. Looks like it's time for that foreshadowing to pay off.
My bank balance! No! No!
What's wrong with him?
That's one of the tricks Claw uses to scare people. He makes people hallucinate the thing that scares them most.
Damn. His biggest fear is just losing all his money.
It's particularly effective on weak-minded people like him.
Serves him right!
I know. It was a lot to ask, making you come all the way out here during the day.
Was that a declaration? Elder Tlapo didn't appoint us to a whole other task, did he?
Forget about him for now. The Ictomisaurs will make sure Montluçon doesn't escape before the guards arrive. In the meantime, we have unfinished business, remember?
Right, the special scroll! But the die is buried underneath a bunch of rubble now!
Don't worry, Witzeline's technique hasn't been lost at all. Come with me, I'll explain everything at my house. Oh, and Traveler? Everything you said about memory, I finally figured out my answer. I knew you'd want to tag along. Let's go.
My bank balance.
We're going back there.
All right. All right.
Now, when it comes to weaving the scroll itself, you don't actually need to lift a finger. But if we're going to pass on Witzeline's technique, your participation is critical.
What are you saying, Citlali?
Follow me.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, look at this place. Do you weave scrolls too?
Is that? Oh, that's Mawika.
Scrolls. Scrolls? I thought you were going to show me your masterpiece.
That I am, old friend. The technique I'm about to show you directly relates to woven scrolls.
Fine. What is it? Something that can turn the tide of war or prevent a great disaster? You probably want to challenge me, right? I know you don't have the strength for a real fight, so I'll let you beat me with words.
Old friend, my life is nearing its end. I'm afraid I don't have time for another match.
Hey.
Don't worry. I trust in the belief of our tribe that death is not the end, but the beginning of a new existence in the Night Kingdom, where everything is made of memories. So, Do you know why our ancestors insisted on using colorful, woven scrolls to record our history? Because history is the memory of a people. We give our scrolls an orange hue, so the dead can still feel the warmth of the setting sun. We decorate them with kernels of grain fruit, so the dead can still enjoy the abundance of our harvests.
I know that, but something this important? Why entrust it to me and not one of your students?
As your friend, I admit, I'm being a bit selfish. I don't have long, Citlali. Oh, I'm not sure I can truly explain my decision. But I know you will understand one day. For now, will you accept my final request?
Just this once. I understand now, Wheatsealing. Just like you said I would. Claw, help me move this outside. I'm going to color it. Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
Whoa, the dye looks a lot different.
We are like birds, soaring through the horizons of time.
Oh, cutscene?
I linger between brushes of memory, seeking the color of my final journey. When I get there, may there be feathers to paint the sky, shades of rose. And fields of green to beckon adventurous souls. And azure oceans with which to sail into the unknown. And volcanoes too, where, despite the danger, hidden treasure waits to be found. And graffiti art, of course. Without that color, just imagine the dullness of night.
Anything else?
In the end, I hope everyone remembers my color too.
In the end, I hope everyone remembers your color too. All in all, it was just a technique for coloring a scroll.
The task I'm entrusting to you is much more than that. Farewell, my friend.
Preserving these colors in memory, that's the true duty of the appointed. That way, they're not lost to piles of black and white text.
I knew you would understand.
This
Whoa!
is the special scroll! How did you know how to weave it, Citlali?
Remember the gift from the spirits?
Hold on! You've lived for more than 200 years. You know how to weave the special scroll. That must mean... you're the one behind the gifts from the spirits!
Oh, well, it's not like I wanted to interact with the appointed. So whenever I delivered the scroll, I used illusions to confuse them. The fact that it turned into some kind of divine intervention is Because no one was skilled enough to see through my tricks.
Why not just tell them?
You've carried the duty alone for all these years? Even if you don't like interacting with people, why not teach someone else how to do it?
Traveler, you can see the special color, right?
Yes.
The essence of that color is memory. That means completing the special scroll is a process of searching for color within your memories. Passing the technique on to someone means sharing your memories with them. You need to leave traces of your color in their memory, and they must do the same. Even though I only confirmed that today, I've had suspicions for a long time. And, well, ever since Sweet Ceiling died, I haven't wanted to form that kind of connection with people.
Oh, yeah.
It was her final wish, so I kind of resigned myself to taking on the burden forever. After all, I have all the time in the world. But Claw never stopped appointing new candidates to weave the scroll, despite knowing exactly how I felt about the situation.
You mean he never stopped trying to find new friends for you?
I knew exactly what he was doing. And yeah, if I ever did share my memories with someone, I guess that person would be a friend. But it never got to that point. This time, though, you win, Claw. Take this. I guess it's my response to what you told me the other night.
Is that like a handkerchief?
What is it?
If I had to choose my color, it would be the color of this handkerchief. Countless people exist in my memories, and I know one day that will be my fate too. A memory living on in someone else's head. Since you have a long lifespan, you're the perfect candidate to bear this memory, and carry my color in your mind.
Does that mean I'm officially your friend?
Just keep it safe. And you better not forget my color when I'm gone.
Whoa. It's a little early to talk about death, don't you think? It's only been a few seconds since we made the friendship official.
Isn't that what friends are for?
Okay, this is a serious commitment. Well, Citlali, if the Traveler's going to leave their color in your mind too, it'll probably be gold, right?
Actually, their mark is already there. Remember the mind-reading effect I couldn't fix? Well, I finally got to the bottom of it. Sharing senses allows communication to occur between the consciousness of different people. Naturally, memories are also involved in that process. Although I didn't know it at the time, we both have the ability to see the color of memory, which means that when I shared my senses with you, a connection was created between our memories. And that connection is what caused my original spell to go haywire.
So, you can hear the Traveler's thoughts because you left traces of color in each other's memories? And that's why the Traveler could hear your thoughts too, because it works both ways, right?
Quick thinking, but only those trained in the mystic arts can maintain that level of connection. That's why I can still hear the Traveler's thoughts, but not the other way around. There's no need to worry though. Now that I've figured out how it works, I'll get rid of it in no time.
Oh.
I lied. Hearing each other's thoughts actually depends on the strength of the connection between our memories. So, after everything we just went through, I bet you can hear me again.
Oh?
I knew it.
So is there a way to stop it?
Since the connection between our memories is already there, the only way to get rid of the effect is for one of us to forget about the other. Just messing with you. I'm a legendary shaman of my tribe. Now that I know the cause, of course I can figure out how to fix it.
I like how Paimon's just so confused right now.
It'll probably take some time though, so bear with me for now. Besides, I'm an open book. It's not like you're gonna hear anything embarrassing. Oh, unless I've had a few drinks.
Oh, so you can turn it off? That's a shame.
A shame? I mean, if you ever miss this whole telepathy mess, I could always share my senses with you again. No promises, though. Some thoughts are better kept to yourself.
Huh?
Ah, you did it? Your investigation into the Battle of Seven Colors must have been fruitful indeed. I do hope you share what you learned.
Wow! The scroll is finished already!
Elder Talapo's wisdom is never wrong.
Yeah, we should explain. Take it away, Traveler!
You share everything you learn about the secret color while keeping Citlali's contribution a secret.
I see.
You don't look surprised at all.
It makes perfect sense. History is the memory of a people. If we want to depict it, a dye derived from people's memories is, of course, the best choice. Now, it's just a matter of preserving this secret technique. From your description, it sounds like learning the technique requires the previous holder to share their memories.
Well, yeah.
In that case, I must work with our priests to reinvent the technique based on the principles you described. After all, memories are precious things, meant to be shared with those closest to us. I cannot take that choice away from you, Traveler. You completed your task admirably. Finding a way to carry on that legacy is now our duty.
Alright, we'll leave that to you.
Oh, and please pass along my thanks to Granny Citlali. We interrogated the Fontanian merchant she apprehended, and it turns out he's the reason some among our tribe started to question our history. He hired people to spread misinformation about the Battle of Seven Colors. The recent friction within the tribe is entirely his doing.
Oh my gosh, that one-liner. There was one line in a conversation somewhere saying like, Natlan's been more open to tourism lately, and that's when things start to go wrong. I can't believe I didn't pick that up. I didn't pick up on that the first time around. But that line makes sense.
We now have a record of his crimes, and will begin working with Fontaine authorities in a few days.
So he was behind the controversy in the first place. Guess it's easier to investigate when people are already questioning something. Anyway, that clears it up. People don't just question their history out of nowhere.
Until we meet again.
Ah! Natlan's victory against the Abyss! Very fitting for a scroll like this.
I wonder how long until Elder Talapo chooses the next appointed.
Speaking of Elder Talapo, I heard he went missing yesterday. Do you know what happened?
Elder Talapo works in mysterious ways. The meaning of his departure will become clear in time, but for now, we cannot hope to fathom it.
That is such a cool scroll, though. Alright, where is Citlali?
You told him everything, right?
Yep, we left out the part about your contribution, but it kinda seemed like Chief Biram saw through us.
You could have just said it was a gift from the spirits.
Yeah, but Chief Biram deserves something in return for his hard work.
I guess he is different from the previous chiefs. But if he figures out it was me all these years, I'm in for a world of trouble.
Huh, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey!
Oh, it's the other Fontanian researcher. He wasn't taken away with his boss?
Please, call me Allier. After questioning, the tribe absolved me of any serious wrongdoing, so here I am. I'll be heading back to Fontaine soon. No employer means no funding, after all. But I wanted to finish my investigation first. I'd like to ask some questions about Citlali. I want people outside of Natlan to hear her story, but my understanding still has some holes.
Questions? Huh! Why should I let an Outlander tell our stories?
Don't misunderstand. I have no intention of twisting your history or using it to make a profit. It's just honest curiosity, I assure you. I believe amazing stories deserve to be shared with the world. Culture thrives through dialogue and exchange.
All right, you can ask your questions, but be quick. I have important plans after this.
Important plans?
Drinking.
Oh, thank you very much.
Alia conducts a thorough interview, only leaving when Citlali finally runs out of patience.
Another day, another drained social battery.
We should probably get going then.
Uh-huh. Hold on. You owe me a pair of books.
Oh, that! When it comes to light novels, your memory is like a steel trap, huh?
Books I read will take some time to find.
You're telling me. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. You might need to go to Yai Publishing House in person. But I don't need them right away. Just don't forget, okay?
Of course! We'll get them sent to you as soon as we can!
Sent to me? Nuh-uh. I don't want a stranger knocking on my door when I'm hungover. Here, just take this.
Is that a key?
And this is?
The key to my house. Don't bother knocking next time. You'll disturb my sleep.
That's such a... That's an ending. Oh my gosh. Dude, we got... Boys, we're in! I do want to see if Yai Publishing House has, like, new books. Are there any other bookstores I should look for, by the way? I don't remember what other bookstores there are. Oh! Guys, there's a quest! The first edition of Shogun Almighty, Reborn is riding with unlimited power, and the limited deluxe edition of Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. I must say, your friend clearly knows a thing or two. In terms of collection value, nothing the Yai Publishing House is currently putting out can rival the books hereafter. The thing I'm not acquainted with such a discerning reader, truly regrettable. Are they still available? Only with Morgan, certainly not in storage. Every copy was snapped up long ago. However, I do happen to have a copy of each. I can pay you for them. Oh my gosh, we got the books. Okay. We do not have any more books here. Can we go here? We have a key now, right? Surely... Surely...
All right.
Would Citlali be here? Is she here? No, but... I just put them here. We should probably write a message so I might not even notice them at all in this mess. Citlali, we found the books you were looking for. You were sleeping when we got here and we didn't want to wake you. Maybe drink a little less next time, eh? Wait, where is Citlali? The faint sound of Citlali snoring comes from within. Aw. There she is. That's... Wait. That's such a good side quest. I love that. Now, what exactly... Oh, is this it? Oh! Oh, that's a nice... That's so cool. I love that little quest. Alright, I know where the Liyue bookstore is, so we'll check that out first. Does anyone know where the Fontaine bookstore is? Because I don't remember where exactly to go. Oh, it's up there. Hold on.
Rev the engines! So, are you buying or not?
Oh, there's more books. Okay. Yep. Buy that, that, and that. Wonderful.
Auto reconfiguration is an essential.
The statue we first meet. Isn't that all the way over here? Or do you mean... here? No Maritime Harbor? I like how I'm just like buying these books. Like, I'm probably not gonna read them anytime soon. Oh, it's in the court. Then what's over here? Oh, well, I mean, there's books over here. I guess that makes sense. Court. Court. Do we have a general area? Kinda by the food place. Okay. Try here then. Oh, I think. There you are. Oh my gosh, look at all of that. Wow. I'd read these on my own time. And now we have achievements. Alright, now we got that figured out. Let's see. Quest. I feel like there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff in that quest that I think has like really good themes to it. I think, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like a little tired too, so I think I'm just not processing everything about it. I definitely like the quests though. I think that they did a really good job with Citlali's character for one, because I know that she has an established personality that I know people are kind of like, they're kind of like iffy on like whether or not she's supposed to be like a cutesy or more of like a like kind of defensive type of character. And I think that I always felt that she was more of more on the defensive side of things.
Rev the engines.
So I like that this showed more of that side of her. I think it's interesting as well that we got to see kind of the depiction of a long-living character who can't relate. I find it funny that in Emily's quest there is a thing about making something in the past, yet this quest highlights to keep the past. Yeah, I mean, well, Natlan's, a lot of Natlan's themes have been about preserving memory, maintaining tradition. That seems to be their culture. It's a lot more on the traditional side of things.
Bring it.
Yeah. I do like how each region does have a theme that, at least, well, let me rephrase. Maybe not like, I don't know if Inazuma had stuff. Inazuma was a little messy, like version 2.0, so I don't know if there's really like regional themes with that one. But, like, for example, Sumeru's themes have always been about... It's always been about, like, knowledge, like, the thirst for knowledge, but also the danger of pursuing too much knowledge. I think Fontaine's didn't necessarily have a theme of, like, messages, but Fontaine's stories have always had a theme when it came to mysteries. They really played into the mystery aspect of the region. And every story quest, you were always, like, kind of, like, trying to figure out, like, okay, like, what is, you know, what's the purpose of this? Like, what's the plot twist gonna be? And then, yeah, Natlan has always been very focused on traditions, culture, community, I think is a big one as well, because it's a tribal chronicle quest. I do like that we got to see some, like, personal struggle with Citlali. Oh, that was lag. Yeah, because I know one of the problems people used to have with Genshin quests is how the story quest character is always, like, how do I put it? They, like, already had their, like, development in a lot of aspects. And so it was always, like, difficult for them, like, for people to hone in on, like, the personality traits, because the personality was already developed and figured out in that sense. I like how Citlali got to see more personal struggle here. Kind of like the idea of, like, putting up walls to avoid to avoid like the pain of losing more people in her life. You know, I think while no one can really relate to like outliving multiple people due to an extended lifespan, but I think a lot of people can relate to the idea of like shutting people away because of an initial loss.
Try and stop me!
I'm probably gonna have to look into the color memory stuff a little more, because I think that part definitely, a lot of it kind of flew over my head in terms of like processing everything, because once again, I am a little tired right now, so I don't know if I process the special meanings with that, but I definitely want to look into that a bit more, because that was really interesting. Like, I always love it when color gets mixed into like a specific theme. It always kind of makes, I don't know, I think colors sorry. I think it's just because color in general is it's easy to recognize in our everyday lives. My color collab. What's a My Color collab?
Bring it. Rev the engines.
Oh, it's a paint. I don't think there's anything else I really have to say so far. Once again, the special meanings kind of went over my head as of right now, so definitely just the idea of like definitely the thing that stuck out the most to me so far was the idea of like making connections, kind of, you know, putting up walls, and you know, I guess the pain of outliving people. Maybe that's the closest we can get in regards to Citlali's case. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start prepping for dinner, and hopefully I can get myself to work on that animation, because I have been kind of putting it off. I started it, which is good. I started making some of the... I started, like, rendering some of the images that'll be shown in that, final product, but I still have a ways to go when it comes to finishing it. Hopefully I don't take too long. I don't want this to be, like, at the end of the month, but depending on, like, how much I can focus on it and get it done, it'll be done eventually. I'm sure of it. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream now. Once again, get ready for dinner, eat something, and then I'll work on the YouTube stuff. So yeah, thank you to everyone who has joined us on this stream. Thank you to everyone who has just kind of been lurking in chat, and everyone who is just watching the VOD. I appreciate all the support, and yeah, thank you again for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye!